Hello, Ryan here with another episode of Try My Darling, which is Nintendo Fun Club Podcast's official Let's Play series. And today I'm going to be taking a look at this guy here. It is a Famicom Mini. So this was released last year in Japan, alongside the NES Classic, which was released here. The Famicom Mini proved to be a little easier to get, and I was able to pre-order one like right when it was announced from Amazon Japan, and got it, like the same day the NES Classic came out here. So that was cool. I've had this for a while. Still don't have an NES Classic, which is kind of absurd, but life goes on. So today I'm going to be playing two games in particular. I want to kind of start exploring these games on here with the Famicom Disc System games, because that's one of the huge draws for me for the Famicom Mini, was to be able to play Famicom Disc System games. So the two games I'm going to be looking at today are Castlevania, or as it's known on here, Akumajo Dracula and Metroid. The other two Disc System games are Zelda 1 and 2, and I'm not going to be playing those today because that will be another time. So let's go ahead and get into the games. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with Akumajo Dracula. First I'm going to go in and check my TV settings here. Let's see, I think I'm going to put it on Pixel Perfect mode. Here's the Disk System boot up. So yeah, loading screens on NES games. Pretty interesting. But what's kind of cool about this version of Castlevania that was different than the version we got in North America is it has this, it has save data. You can, just like with Legend of Zelda, you can enter your name and it, saves your progress, which I would definitely think makes the game a bit easier than what we had. It's another one of those load screens. I think this is where you had to flip over the disc, maybe? But on the Famicom Mini, it does that automatically. So with some games on Famicom Disc System, there's some audio changes. I think Castlevania is pretty much the same audio-wise between the NES and Famicom Disc System games. So if you've never played the original Castlevania, as you can tell here, it's seeming pretty simple, pretty laid back, not too difficult. It gets there. It gets there pretty soon, and then it does not really let up. This is an extremely challenging game once you get deeper into it. Food I don't need. But what is nice about the Famicom Mini is that you do have a save state function. If you press reset, you can kind of exploit some saves here, and as you can see, I definitely used some save states. The last boss here, when you fight Dracula, so that's kind of nice. Oh boy, I just reset the game. If you're not careful, you can totally do that. Whoops. Alright, well, you know what, we're just going to call that there, and that is Akumajo Dracula, Castlevania. Whoops. Alright, well, now let's go ahead and take a look at Metroid. Once again, you have your boot up here. Putting in the card, a little bit of loading. And if you remember, Metroid on the NES had these incredibly long passwords. But as we'll see in a moment here, that's not the case on the Famicom Disc System version. I do love that font for Metroid on the Japanese katakana font. Looks really cool. The logo. Just gonna let this intro play out a bit, because this is really great music. A lot of music for a 1986 game's title screen. It's a pretty long track. And then it loops there. So, alright. That is my original save. I'm going to start a new game here. Let's call this one FC. And now we're doing a little bit of loading. But yeah, so on the Famicom Disc System, same thing with Castlevania as we just saw. Metroid does not have those ridiculous passwords. It saves your data on the disc, which is pretty nice. But as you can see, that comes at the cost of some loading. So the music in the game is pretty much the same, it seems, but as you can tell, there's some of the sound effects are a little different, thanks to the extra sound channel on the Famicom Disc System. Yeah, those doors sound quite a bit different. I'm not sure if I actually have a preference between the different sound types between the NES and the Famicom Disc System. It's just they sound a little weird because I have so much experience with the NES original that it's kind of the same thing with it's a little bit of that in Legend of Zelda as well. But so it's hard to say. It's just different. I don't think one is necessarily better than the other. And there's definitely those trade-offs with the Famicom Disc System versions of these games. I don't know if I'll play long enough to get to it, but there are also some pretty lengthy loading screens when you travel from area to area. So if you're going from like Brinstar to Norfair or whatever, you know, you go down those elevators and there's some pretty significant loading there. But, you know, it kind of beats passwords. Even though I do love the old Justin Bailey password. I really don't remember exactly what the best path is. I think if I go this way I get some missiles. I always get pretty lost when I play this game. It's still a lot of fun though. It's brutal at the beginning before you get your first energy tank. Typically, if I'm in the mood for some original Metroid, I will play Zero Mission on the Game Boy Advance, which is an amazing remake of this original game. Little bit less challenging, a little less obtuse. But if you're into a challenge, well, that's good. If you're into, I don't think there's anything else to do right there. If you're into, you know, a challenge, try playing through the original Metroid without a guide. Just exploring and all of that. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. corridors to backtrack through. You know what would be cool? A new Metroid game. Really hope that happens for Switch sooner than later. I think this is the way to the first missiles, because you kind of need your first set of missiles to access the next areas. You need missile capabilities. There we go. So now I think I can... That's a horrible noise. If you don't pick up the items there, the enemies stop spawning, so that's why I didn't grab the health and missiles, even though they disappear eventually. And, oh my god, that guy hit me. Missiles going through the door. Brutal, brutal game. I almost feel like I need to go back to the blue area now. This is how I remembered this stuff when I played this game as a kid. There's the gold area, there's the blue area, the red area, the purple area. I think I need to get an ice beam. This isn't long shot, maybe. Missiles with the select button. Beam. And there's nothing over here. But as you can see, I can shoot a whole lot farther. These guys are still super hard, so I'm not really messing with them. Some texture mess ups there a little bit, but if I jump down, it's still there. I'm going the wrong way. I think this is... Too much longer here. You're still watching me, kind of get the idea. Oh, I don't even have enough missiles. You need 5 missiles. Let's see if I can get some. There we go. That's easy enough. Yeah. So this here, once you've defeated the two, like, I guess, main bosses in the game, Kraid and Ridley here, then this opens up and like there's a bridge there, and that takes you to the last area of the game where you fight Mother Brain. So, I guess that's it for today with the Famicom Mini. Kind of could see what that's about. I'd like to dig into more of these games in the future. It's a pretty great lineup here. But yeah, that kind of does it for this episode of Try My Darling. If you want to check out our blog, it is nintendofunclubpodcast.com. I am on Twitter at BrawnDwarf, BrawnDwarf. Thanks a ton for tuning in, and I will catch you next time. Goodbye.